What is going on, man? We are back in black in the building. Man. Man, shout out to James Youngblood, man. Shout out to Dave for No Compromise, Tasha, Shawnee, Erica. Philly in the building, Florida in the building, Vegas in the building. Atlanta, Georgia is in the building. Shout out to Mirage. Shout out to everybody out there, man. What is going on? Man, we made it back another day. Another 10 cents for Foundation of Black Americans. Another $350 for white folk. We got an interesting topic. I don't need to watch the Oscars. I don't even need to. I'm already knowing what it is. We do this every year. Haven't y'all noticed this? Tasha, James Youngblood, David, Erica, Shawnee. I want y'all. I'm trying not to laugh at this shit. But don't we do this every year about the Oscars? We be all happy to go and then we don't win and we start complaining. Stop going. We are going to delve into that and I'm going to relate it and try to parenthetically do a correlation effect between the awards with Hollywood, which is another plantation, and the little bit of awards you get at the corporate plantation. You know, I'm always related back to that. We got a great topic, and let's get into it. Give me the scene. No, I'm fucking y'all. Let me turn this down. Man. But yeah, man, we got a lot to discuss. There's a lot going on, man. You see the banks is shut down and closing down and shit. Motherfuckers running out of money and shit, which is imaginary. How you gonna run out of money when everything is cashless? It's all digital. This is not the 1980s and 90s where you really had cash, where you really could say, I have $2.5 million in the bank. No, it's all digital. Them niggas could just type up some shit and say you got it. So y'all niggas stop paying attention to that shit. White folk ain't gonna never run out of no money. Why you say that, Warren? Because white folk print the money. So how they gonna run out of it? Come on, man. We got to do better as far as thinking and being intelligent. Now let's get on this topic today. Man, Lord Jesus. What's wrong with my people, man? Why do we keep going to these? First of all, this is their system. They made it for them. But for some sort of reason, it's only valid when we participate in it. If you don't have to participate, don't participate in it. Just don't go. Not because you're trying to be an asshole. Say, oh, I got this to do. If all black folk got together and said, hey, we're going to plan our own little thing, and it ain't going to be no diss to the Oscars, we just going to do our own little thing. Then the Oscars going to start giving away. The Oscars are like Infinity Stones. If you watch MCU at all, if you got Disney Plus, I bring this up all the time. James Youngblood, Tasha, y'all always hear me say, y'all like, what does he mean? If you have Disney Plus, right? And, you watch, Infinity Wars and all those other shit. They were trying to get the Infinity Stones because Thanos, he get the Infinity Stones, he can manipulate time, power, all this other bullshit, right? So, in space. Well, he got all the Infinity Stones. You saw what he did with it. They reversed the time. Woo. Well, when they did the Loki series on Disney Plus, the first couple of episodes, I think it's with Luke Wilson. And like I said before, Loki, he's walking through this office because he's dealing with the time variant authority. So they control all of time. The timelines, everything. So they can rewrite your timeline. They can do whatever they want. That's what they do. And the time variant authority. So, he's walking through the office and these Infinity Stones that were so precious on Earth, it's in this drawer. They got nothing but Infinity Stones. And the guy's like, oh, you want one? Basically. Oh, you want an Infinity Stone? That don't mean shit here. And that's what those Oscars are. Man, them white people don't give a fuck about Oscars the way they got y'all thinking. Do you want an Oscar or do you want to keep making money? But for some sort of reason, black folk have this thing where they go and get disappointed and play victim. Y'all know that those awards are not meant for y'all, so stop going to them. Do you see a whole bunch of white people going to the BET Awards? Do you see any Asians going to the BET Awards? What about the NAACP awards? No, you don't see them motherfuckers there, but for some sort of reason, y'all niggas always want to show up and get suited and booted, looking like the goddamn couples on the goddamn wedding cakes to walk home with a donut. That is on y'all. That is not on white folk. The reason why, because we keep participating, in my personal opinion, why y'all participating in some shit that ain't even designed for y'all? It's like working at the corporate plantation. You work at the corporate plantation, and I see so many black folk get suited and booted and buck their eyes and become mammies and coons and sambos because they think they're going to get a promotion to be somebody's supervisor. And then when they don't get the supervisor, then they want to come back to black folk complaining about white people. Nigga, it's their system. They're not going to make you no supervisor. The fuck is you doing? You ain't going to be no VP, no supervisor, no director, no manager. No, man, that's not happening in the system of racism and white supremacy. Your goal should be to try to establish a system of justice and make as much money as you can so you can redistribute that money and recycle those black dollars, not so you can be going over there and, oh, I got an Oscar. Monique, the comedian, got an Oscar, and look at what they did to her. Look what they did to Monique. So it don't even fucking matter. And white folk sit up there and let black people do that to other black people. Because Monique wasn't tolerating a lot of the bullshit. Them Oscars don't mean shit. Oscar award winning. Nigga, what's in that bank account and how are you replacing the system of justice? System of injustice with justice. I see this every year. When Will Smith didn't win one, everybody wanted to go to Oscars. Then when that big head nigga ain't win one, then here come Jada Pinkett talk about we boy Oscars so white. Well, nigga, y'all niggas know y'all ain't winning no awards, so why y'all acting like that? Man, who gives a fuck, man? Well, this is what I mean about intrinsic value. You don't value yourselves enough, because if you did, you wouldn't give a fuck about no goddamn award that white folk giving to you. Man, y'all better go back and look at them history books. Thomas Edison and all them motherfuckers stealing ideas from niggas and running to the patent office and taking the patents on them because they couldn't create those fucking inventions. This shit has been going on forever. Here y'all are still, hundreds of years later, mad because you participating in something that wasn't meant for you to win. The deck is stacked against you. They'd rather give it to Asians than give you an Oscar. They gave Michelle Yeoh Oscar. Ain't nobody heard of Michelle Yeoh since Crouching Tiger, Hidden Dragon, and that was damn near 25 years ago. And they gave her, I said, oh, shit, get Asian bitch a goddamn award. Well, what about the niggas? We need another Precious for us to give a nigga award. Like, that's how they feel. And here we are up here sitting up there. I'm like, man, y'all niggas need to stop worrying about no Oscars, no Golden Globes, none of that sucker shit. Y'all need to be worried about replacing this injustice system and establishing a system of justice, meaning the person that needs the most constructive help gets the most constructive help. You got plenty of folk that need a different mentality and need to learn how to change the narrative. But here y'all are, man, because you ain't win no Oscar. I get so sick of that shit. I don't watch no sucker shit like that. I don't give a fuck about no goddamn Oscar. The deck is that. Look, Brendan Fraser, we ain't seen Brendan Fraser since, what was that one movie he was in? I forgot. He was in a movie that was in the 90s. Then the nigga came back 30 years later, then he won an Oscar. Let me tell you something, man. Jamie Lee Curtis then made 50 goddamn Halloweens. Y'all didn't think she was gonna win an Oscar? She done made 50 goddamn Halloweens. She been making Halloween since the 70s. It's 2023. And y'all didn't think that this bitch wasn't gonna win no Oscar? Man, come on, man. This is their fucking system that's meant for them. And they'll smile with you, have drinks with you, sit down and talk to you, may even be a good neighbor or a good friend. But as in establishing a system of justice, no dominant society person is going to speak up against that system because they got to feed their family. God damn, man. It just reminds me of the corporate plantation. That's why I be telling people, like, look, don't go into these corporate plantations thinking you're going to move up some corporate ladder. I remember I was talking to this sister a long time ago. Sister. She wasn't foundational Black American, but, you know, she was, you know, sister. And she was like, I got my master's degree. I was laughing at that bitch like, nigga, they don't give a fuck about your master's degree. You sound like, oh, well, I got an Infinity Stone. And their response is going to be, oh, you got an Infinity Stone? Well, nigga, everybody got one. We get those out to everybody. That don't mean shit. It's time for us to grow up, too, man. Some of this shit is blatant. That's why I get irritated. I'm like, you got these officers still killing niggas. You know, you got all this injustice going on. You got Joe Biden. He didn't do shit he promised, like we told y'all. Now here comes up for the next elections, and guess what's about to happen? He gonna be pandering and catering to the black society again, and sending his minions among the black society. You better go vote for Joe Biden. And here y'all are, wondering why niggas ain't winning no Oscars. I just be laughing like, what the fuck kind of system do y'all think this is? That's why I tell people, you know, as far as the Court Plantation is concerned, I'm like, look, man. I remember one time I told this dude I think he was Latino, part of the dominant society, probably white Hispanic. He was walking around there, suited and booted, think he gonna get this big time raise. I said, nigga, they gonna give you 15 cents and tell you they ain't no money. And then they did this very shit to him that I said, and then that motherfucker started opening up and talking to me after that. Like, basically, like, yeah, this nigga no nigga. These niggas, look. You have to understand, man, this system will do it to their own people. Listen to what that man says at the beginning of Infinity Wars. James Youngblood, David No Compromise, Tasha, if y'all go, just watch it. Watch the very beginning of Infinity Wars. I don't care about all this other shit. Just watch the very beginning with that dude when he was just like, kneel and rejoice. You have had the pleasure of serving Thanos. Your death will tip and balance the scales. You know what I mean? Basically, like, your sacrifice will balance. Talking about the you know, as above, so below. You gotta listen to that shit. Cause Thanos was basically the motherfucker that he would go from planet to planet, cleansing the planet. Okay, it's too many people on this planet. Kill half of them. What does that sound like to y'all? What does that sound to you? What does that sound like to y'all? So you gotta watch this shit, man. And what they do is they replicate this behavior on these other jobs like Hollywood and NBA and MLB and football. It's just like I told y'all before, they just get paid more. That's why I was laughing like, why is, you know, I guess everybody been talking about that scene when Angela Bassett didn't win. Look, Angela Bassett is one of the most thorough actors of all time. We don't need these white folk to give her an Oscar for us to know who the fuck she is and what she do. We have to represent who she is in a way of showing acknowledgement and giving her flowers like while she yet lives. Black folk embracing black folk should be enough. We should not need to go onto these platforms and get these bullshit ass awards that they give out to whoever the fuck they want to give out to. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, man, it just reminds me so much of the Court Plantation, because that's what they do at the plantation. They'll have these, you know, oh, the employee of the month and all this other stuff. Me and my nigga was talking about that shit. That nigga said, one of my niggas, I don't really want to put him on here, but one of my niggas, that nigga told me, yeah, man, Warren G, man, you nigga out there trying to give me employee of the month. Nigga, fuck your employee of the month. Nigga, I need the cash money. and that's, to me, it's symbolism. You know, I don't give a fuck about no award, nigga. Where's my money at? Like I said, Monique won an Oscar, and they damn near tried to drain her account dry, make it where shit never work again. And that was at the behest of black folk. You know what I mean? And I'm gonna always say this: where's our intrinsic value? You know, James Youngblood, shout out to that brother. He left a very, very important message. That's why I said, man, this is very serious. What you're talking about, it was no joke what he was saying, because he was saying some real shit. James, Dave from No Compromise, you know what I've started to understand? We don't want to see each other win. We like it when each other's down. It makes us not have to hold ourselves accountable. See, this is what I believe. This is what I believe, and I'm going to leave it at this. I believe, okay, when my man Dave from No Compromise, go check out his podcast. He's really busy right now. He's got a lot of exciting things headed his way. And my brother showed his talent. I remember the first time I seen it on Instagram. I was like, damn, this nigga know how to paint. What the fuck? This nigga ain't never said nothing about that. I'm all excited for him like I know how to paint. Look. So then, we chop it up. Boom. I'm like, well, can I get one? Whatever. Now, a hater motherfucker, let me tell you what a hater motherfucker do. Not only will they not tell their siblings and their family about David, they'll just like the post and keep it moving. They'll never ask David how much his paintings are. They'll never try to inquire about purchasing one. They'll never tell their family about it. That's some hater bullshit, man. We don't have time for that. No, I'm just using myself as an example. I'm like, hey, man, we got to get behind this brother and support him. I told my sister. I told my cousin. Shout out to Mariah. Shout out to Tasha. Hey, man, they did their thing, and I'm proud of them. You know what I mean? And I'm proud of him for doing it, and he's doing big things. This is what black folk need to take note of. When you support a person, now get the fuck out the way and let your brother shine. God damn. Let the brother shine. You hook up your family with them, make sure they purchase, you do their thing, and you get the fuck out the way. You know, so many people support people and then they want to be all in the way. No, nigga, he don't need you to be in the way. You know what I mean? You know, everybody, we all have those people around us, family and friends. We don't know how to move aside so everybody can move ahead. We want to purchase from somebody and think a motherfucker owe them for the rest of their life. Nigga, you bought one goddamn painting type shit. I'm just using myself as an example, like, of what to do. I saw the brother. I purchased from the brother. I told my family. They purchased from him. That's how you cash mob. You don't stand in the way. You don't like it and keep going and act like you didn't see that shit. That's sucker shit to me. That's why I don't have, like, man, my sister and them, they can tell you, like, well, don't be hanging out with nobody like that. Because I get real irritated real fast when the motherfuckers start that hater shit. I just be looking at a motherfucker like, yeah, motherfucker. Yeah, motherfucker, you a hater. That's another thing, too. Shout out to my sister. Hopefully one day she start making them damn pies and selling them. I've been trying to bother her about it. That's another thing, too. When I see the talent in somebody, I'm going to tell them. I'm like, man, you need to start selling these motherfuckers. Fuck all that seasonal shit. You know, I got love for Patti LaBelle, but these pies is way better than Patti LaBelle's pies. Look, I'll tell y'all like this. I'm going to go ahead and say it. I'm sorry. I got to put it out there because the shit is good. Nigga, when she make a pie, I be like, hey, you got to make me about 3 or 4 of them motherfuckers because I will fuck up a whole pie by myself. That's how good they are. This is a family recipe. It tastes so goddamn good. It's like some crack shit. And I'll be fucking them pies up too. That's why sometimes I don't even ask her for them because I know I'm going to eat multiple of them. And I'll be like, I got to stop doing that shit because I know it ain't healthy for me. But they so goddamn good. And when you see the talented people, you acknowledge that and get out the fucking way. You know what I mean? People will get to it when they're ready to do it, when it's time and their place for it. But you're supposed to acknowledge the talent in people and bring it out of them in your own way and say, hey, man, that shit is good. That's called hating. Shit. God damn. You know what I mean? We deal with a lot. That's what I'm saying. I'm like, we so busy trying to get awards from the dominant society, we don't even want to give each other awards. Do you see what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, man, you know what I'm going to do next time? Next time my sister make a pie, and I buy, because I be trying to buy it from her. She don't try to sell them, but you know how people are. Humble people that they know they shit is good, they ain't gonna sell it. They gonna be like, oh man, you have it. But I still be like, look here, I support a black business even if you don't want to do it right now. And I was thinking about the last time she made a pie. I said, next time she make a pie, I'm gonna put that shit on Instagram and be like, I'm gonna make up a name. Be like, hey, support this business. Them shits is good, man. And you know what I liked about it? This is what I like about the whole situation. It's you shining the light on others doing good for themselves. It makes me happy. You know what I mean? Motherfuckers think you're supposed to have a podcast and just make it all about you. Man, fuck that, making it all about you. You better start speaking up on other people's talents. That's why I watch. That's why I'm like, you know, and shout out to James Youngblood again, man. I'm glad I inspired you to do it. Yeah, man, I had just been thinking about this black bookstore out here in Vegas. And I was like, I already went there once. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna bring my siblings here. We're gonna do a family field trip. So be looking forward to me putting that on Instagram. Hopefully my sisters put it on their Instagram too. I want my sisters, my nieces and nephew, and we're gonna go down to this bookstore and we're gonna walk in there and we're gonna cash mob them. And we're gonna purchase the book. You know, just to show support. You'll get that energy back. You know what I mean? Those sisters are beautiful sisters down there at the Arts District. So I just feel like, you know, watching the Oscars, it motivates me even more to have more value in my people and talk about my people talents. You got my sister, she make pies. My other sister, she braid hair. My niece braid hair. My cousin Mariah got goddamn 10 degrees and she do all kinds of shit, you know, and it gets unrecognized. So I feel like, I think us as a whole, you know, we got to start having that value in each other as well. You know what I mean? Like if we don't have that value in each other, then who the fuck else is going to have it in us? So it's like, we need to stop seeking validation for a system that's made for them and create our own little system and make sure you're accountable and you're honorable in business and things will grow. Hey, it'll take a little bit of work, but everybody has a talent and everybody knows how to do something that don't nobody know how to do. And you're supposed to acknowledge that talent, not hate on it, and big that talent up. You know what I mean? That's why I had to do it. I know my sister don't like talking about the pies, but I have a platform, so I'm gonna talk about that shit. Shawnee know. I'm gonna talk about that shit. Them motherfucking pies is bomb. Shit. And they ain't, just let y'all know too, these ain't seasonal pies. You know, you have seasonal pies where you just like, it's the season. It's Thanksgiving or it's New Year's. And then after that, you don't fuck with them no more. No, that's some bullshit. And I don't need to make this shit up. I've taken those pies around people that I knew in high school and they be like, God damn, these pies are bomb. Where you get these from? So everybody that I've known that have eaten these pies, they hooked. So that's why I'm like, man, you need to start selling them motherfuckers, man. Fuck what everybody else talking about. I just like to do that, man, because that's what your platform is for. It isn't just for you to be talking about your motherfucking self. It's for you to big up other people that's handling business. That's why I always shout out David. I always shout out James Youngblood. Them dudes are doing great things in the community. And we got to give them props. Damn, niggas be hating. You know what I mean? And I'm not talking about the people I mentioned. I'm just talking about we have grown up with such a hater mentality. So it's like we don't even want to see each other win for nothing. I think we get a like joy out of that shit. I don't though. And I don't. No. We're not gonna do that. We're gonna be this like I told y'all, this podcast is not about clout chasing and fuck all that. This podcast is about bigging each other up, giving each other props while we on this earth. You know what I mean? And seeing the talent in each other and bringing that talent out. Not just, you see the talent and you ain't gonna say shit. No, like I said, me and my sisters, we had conversations about this. Every time I go pick up a pie, I be like, man, you need to sell these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, you need to do this shit full time. Like sell, but I get it. It's hard. You know what I'm saying? Money is very scarce right now. And you know, when a pie come from a nigga, the nigga want to ask you the ingredients to the pie. But if it was Paula Deen selling that motherfucking pie, it'd sell out. So I understand how we are with each other. I've dealt with that. I've dealt with that with the little bit of CMOS shit that I was making. I get the support from my family. Like, that's some real shit. Like, my family, I cannot say, that would be a motherfucking lie if I said my family didn't support my CMOS. That's a lie like a motherfucker. My family will come out and out my ass. Them niggas are going on Instagram and be like, hey, that nigga Warren is lying. No, I've gotten great support from my family. It's just certain niggas I meet that they want to break down the molecules in the CMOS and shit, and I be laughing. But no, I get great support, so I don't be tripping off that. But now I want to support other people and put them in a position so they can win. Shit, fuck all that. It ain't about just you all the time. You know, just because you got a platform, you can't make it always about you. So I just feel like that's how I'm feeling today. I'm feeling like that about the Oscars. Y'all leave y'all comments. I'm gonna figure this live shit out, man. I just been busy. I got this puppy. And also I got this puppy from Black Business as well. When I get the chance, I'll give the name and put his name out there. Good brother, Black family business, black and family owned. Yeah, this little bitch ain't no joke though. This bitch will wake a nigga up at 4:00 every morning. Rain, sleet, and snow. That's why I haven't really had the time to figure out this live situation, because man, I be up at like, this puppy had me up at like 3:45, 4 a.m. in the morning. You know what I mean? So, but I did. I purchased it. I purchased dogs from everybody. But this time, particularly, I wanted to find a black Rottweiler breeding business. We found one. They was in Sacramento. I'll get their information and I'll put it on this the next podcast, and I'll put it on my IG too. I've even made a video, playing the beat when she was a puppy. And that bitch is a headache like a motherfucker. That's what you hear in the background. My motherfucking dogs chewing on their bones and shit, but I think it's just very important when y'all watch the Oscars and y'all see everybody else win. That should make you wake up and want to go support a black business. Straight up. I'm not saying you don't support other businesses that are not black, but I'm just saying, damn, $25 is easy. There's a lot of black businesses that have shit under $25. You can do that. But hey, man, that is my time. I appreciate everybody listening and subscribing. Like I said, y'all know this. I told James Youngblood. I told Dave. I've told David this a year ago. I'm like, David, man, your podcast is dope. I do it because this is therapy for me. I'm silly. I'm not trying to clout chase and do no sucker shit. I said, niggas really need to be listening to your podcast if they really want to get some information. I'm just talking from my perspective because that nigga David, look, this is how you know a nigga's educated when a nigga will lead with a book he read. That nigga, I ain't never heard this nigga David be like, such and such like me, such and such. That nigga be like, hey, Warren G. As our great elder, Dr. John Henry Clark said, woo, woo, woo. I be like, God damn, I gotta go get this book. This nigga, look, have you ever been around somebody, you done think you done read a little something, and then you get around another person, you be like, damn, I gotta get my shit together. David is that nigga that made me want to get my shit together. Cause I be like, God damn, this nigga, this nigga don't just quote Dr. Frances Welsing and Neely Fuller Jr. That nigga be quoting Dr. Amos Wilson, Dr. Ben Yakinen. That nigga be quoting Dr. Leonard Jeffrey. I be like, God damn. Now this is a walking library right here. God damn. But you know why I like it? Because it inspires me. And I told him already, he my OG. So I look up to that nigga. He's my OG. And nigga, and I'm proud of it. Because niggas need to start embracing your people and bigging them up instead of just feeling like they equal or whatever. I love that nigga done read those books because he inspires me to read. So, and I'm always big him up. So fuck with that. That's one of the reasons why we stopped doing them spaces. Nigga come into spaces and try to debate David. I'm gonna say this one thing before I get off the motherfucking thing. That's another reason why I had to stop, because I was getting irritated. Niggas will listen to me ask him questions and he'll be answering them and breaking them down. And then all of a sudden a nigga jump into space and listen to David for like 5 minutes. And then now all of a sudden they want to be so articulate and speak from this book. But all they doing is regurgitating what David done said. Oh man, them Twitter spaces used to irritate me because I used to be like, if one more nigga come on here trying to debate this nigga, like I used to hate that shit. And I felt like it was coming from jealousy because they didn't want to hear a black man. See, some people want to select who they want to be their top person. You have your Tariq Nasheeds, your Dr. Umar Johnsons, your Zoe Williams, your Craig Smiths. You have those type of people that people have already placed in a high regard. And then they listen to a person like David. Now they got mad. Now they want to debate him. Well, I don't let that happen. Because I'd be like, nah, you're not doing that. And David know what I'm talking about. I had to shut a few niggas down on there. But anyway, I appreciate all y'all. Listen, subscribe, and go check out the Oscars if y'all want. Fuck them motherfuckers. Nigga, ain't take no paycheck from me. Fuck them. Y'all know what it is. Y'all know what it ain't. This is your boy, Warren G, the place to be. Leave your comment, and eventually I will get this goddamn live shit fixed. In the great words of Slavery by Another Name, guilty, nigga. I'm out. Peace.